think we are getting the white flag. Nearhoof, Bass, Newhart, your top three in the LMP2s. Then it's Doom, Diltz, and Jackson, your top three in the GT3s. Then it's Caps, Ashbaugh, and Unger, your top three in the GT4s. Who is going to take it home? The closest battle out of any of them is your GT4 class. Adam Caps less than a second ahead of Thaddeus Ashbaugh. Oh, and Thaddeus sent it into turn number one. Don't normally have a list, but I just had one right there. Through the horseshoe they go, back up to almost a second. We will jump it to your overall race leader, Dustin Nearhoof, going into NASCAR 3 and 4 for the final time. Dustin Nearhoof is going to win here at Daytona International Speedway in the Dallara LMP2s, followed by Malik Bass, Dylan Newhart, and Fozzie Fazillo, followed by Mike Robinson and Nate Orlowski. There was a really close battle for P1 in the GT3s. We will drop it back. Parker Doom and Austin Diltz. Here it is. We're going to show it back for you. There is the gap between the two of them. Little bit of a bump. Still a little bit of a bump. Trying to use that draft. Looking to the inside is Austin. They're going to drag race to the line. But Parker Doom is going to win the GT3s here at Daytona.
Wow, airborne.
Sticking with Adam Caps and Thaddeus Ashbaugh. Very close battle here still, as Adam Caps looking to come home the race winner for the GT4s. Through NASCAR 3 and 4. With just about a second gap over Thaddeus Ashbaugh, Adam Caps is going to win at Daytona for the GT4s. Great race overall. This was a lot of fun. Let's see if we can get some of our race winners in the interview booth. There we go. Let's start with the number one. With overall. Hey, Dustin, congratulations with the overall win here this evening. It looked like a fun race. You were having a hell of a battle with Dylan for a majority of the race. But how was it out there? How did the LMP2 feel?
It was good. It's an adjustment. Normally I'm running GT3s, but I figured this year I'd run some LMP2s. I didn't practice a whole lot for this. I did some practice today. It felt pretty good. It wasn't too bad, figuring out the line still, but it was a good battle between me and Dylan. We kept getting on each other, and that was fun.
Yeah, it definitely looked fun. You guys were basically nose to tail for the good portion of the first 3/4 of the race. Trying to figure out what happened with him where he got put back about 15 seconds. But, you know, with tonight's win, you set yourself up going to Circuito de Navarra in Spain next week. What can you take from winning here at Daytona into some way of a momentum push going into some tracks that might not be showcased a lot that we're trying here on the schedule?
Um, kind of. I've never actually ran that track, so for me, it's going to be a lot of just learning the track. I've yet to run it. Um, I think it's just a lot of learning this car and its body weight. A lot lighter than what I'm used to. Able to carry a lot more speed. But I think it'll be a fun track. I've seen the layout. It looks like fun. Multi-class racing. It's been a blast. I mean, being able to use traffic. This is definitely a good layout.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun for us up in the booth. There was always something to talk about, which is really nice. But, with the two pit stops that you had here tonight, was there any fuel or tire strategy that possibly came into play, or was there a conversation earlier where no, it's going to be a two stop race where just go as hard as you can until you run out?
So I actually didn't realize it was going to be a two-stop race until after the first pit stop. If I did, I may have been able to stretch it out almost to a point of where I could do one stop, maybe a small second stop, but I didn't realize that until late because I had almost a full lap of fuel left when I pit. But the biggest thing was realizing that after that first pit stop, the tires reapplied on the second. So literally like two corners before the last I had to come into pit that second time. I turned the tires off, and I'm pretty sure Dylan forgot to do that, and that's why he had to sit in there an extra 10 seconds.
Oh,
But the
okay. So he
tires,
stayed for tires.
yeah,
That stinks. Especially when everybody else isn't taking tires, it sounds like. But dude, congratulations on the overall and the win in the LMP2s. Are there any sponsors you'd like to shout out before we let you go?
just thanks to the Rev Limit Racing League for hosting this. A lot of good racing so far this season. First good race, good close racing. Thank you guys for putting on the broadcast and broadcasting us. And yeah, that's about all.
All right, brother. We'll see you next week. Get to learning that track, 'cause that's exactly what I'm gonna have to do as well.
Thank you.
All right, there is your overall winner. It's Dustin Neerhoof, and let's bring in our winner in the GT3s, the beautiful number 57 Mercedes of Parker Dume. How do you say your last name?
Dime, like the coin.
Dime. Okay, I butchered that thing all night. I apologize. It,
So
it wasn't even close, but hey, we'll work with it. Dime, got it. Dude, great battle all night with you in Austin. What kind of gave you the advantage for the night? Because every time we jump back to the GT3s, you two were nose to tail, and even coming to the line, there was a couple bumps and a possible drag race to the start finish line, which ended up with somebody upside down.
well, early on, we saw that there was a wreck in the bus stop, so we just tried to break away from the pack as much as we could, and then traffic does what traffic does, and we ended up splitting up. He had made some mistakes first stint. I made a ton on the second stint. I blew the bus stop completely in the last lap, and I came down on my spotter didn't activate, so he had a splitter on me. I didn't realize it, and then I did it twice, and then we intentionally wrecked. But I think it's payback for me saving his race at turn 6 horseshoe, turning him back around.
Well, brother, with everything that happened throughout this race, um, what can you take away from winning here at Daytona in the GT3s and possibly moving that over to Circuito de Navarra in Spain next week?
I don't know. It's always hard to get a gauge on the talent and stuff that you're racing with because Daytona is so easy to keep up if you're in draft. So it's always hard to tell. A lot of leagues start the race here, but I'm excited for the Aston to come out tomorrow. We'll start driving that. I think we're gonna make a switch to that, an homage to the Heart of Racing paints we're running. But yeah, there's really not a whole lot that I usually take away from a Daytona race because there's so many things that can be in the equation. So there's nothing definitive that I can take away, but I mean, I know it's a good group of guys, and I'm excited for the season.
Yeah, if tonight is any aspect on how the season is going to go, I can it be next Monday already? Like seriously?
Yeah,
Can I
maybe.
just skip? But Parker Dime, great race. Can't wait to see what you guys have next week in Spain. Are there any sponsors you would like to plug before we send you on your way so you could celebrate a P1 victory in the GT3s?
Oh, thanks to WBM, my parents for watching, and my wife, and then you guys for doing this broadcast for us this season.
Absolutely glad to be here. Glad to have such a race as we did. But take care, and we will see you next week. Get that passport ready.
Take it easy, guys.
See you later. All right, and last but not least, P1 in the GT4s. He couldn't write a better way to start the season for himself. Adam Caps, everybody. Welcome back to All Star 15 TV, pal.
Thank you.
How was
Man,
it
that
out
was a
there?
long
Because
race.
it looked like you guys were having fun back there.
It was long. It felt like it anyway. It didn't make it easy. I had a couple of guys there that kept some good pressure on me. I think one of them didn't understand. You probably don't need to take tires, so it kind of let me have a little relax there on the last run. Because whoever was in the BMW, I don't remember who it was, but he was probably faster than me. Definitely had more straightaway speed than the McLaren for sure. But I think he took tires and kind of cost him his race.
Yeah, we
Or
saw
I
a bunch of
probably
people
wouldn't
take
be here
tires
talking
that
to you.
probably didn't need to take tires.
Yeah. These don't require you to take tires. They're short races, of 45-minute stints. The only reason we just tried to make them pit to take fuel to kind of throw a little strategy in it by creating it that way.
Well, it was chaos all race long. Good chaos, not bad chaos. But it was a lot of fun to watch. There were a lot of close battles throughout the whole field. I hope you go back and watch it all. LMP2s were great, GT3s were great, and then you kind of waxing the field after halfway in the GT4s. Yeah, Thaddeus was about 2 seconds back or closer, but once Hayden Unger backed off from you, it kind of just left you on an island to be able to just go with the flow and make the passes or get past safely. But dude,
Yeah, the one thing I really haven't drove these a lot here. I've been practicing the other tracks in the GT4s, but man, it was unreal. The thing about it to me in the GT4s was how able they were to suck up on the straightaways. If you were within a second behind, you could get up and pass people easily in the GT4s because the draft was so strong.
yeah, it was weird because we did like a speed analysis as you guys were crossing the start finish line. And the GT4s were anywhere from 20 to 25 miles an hour slower than the rest of the field. Did you feel that
Right.
in the car?
Yeah, for sure. It definitely is sluggish, especially from last season coming from the GT3s to these. I only raced the GT4s was to make sure we had enough head count to try to come over here. So we wanted to have a good equal amount of in between each class. But yeah, it was crazy how much slower the GT4s are. And it's like you're just trying to play, try to keep your line so you don't interrupt anybody's race. And then I had one incident there, I think, with Morgan Smith and Kalman, I think was outside of me, and Morgan was inside, and he kind of sideswiped me there into turn one. And I was like, I don't know where to go. Like, I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to stay out of your way.
Well, next week we go all the way to Spain for Circuito de Navarra. Um, Hopefully you got the passport ready, but I don't think a lot of people have seen that circuit yet. Excuse me. What do you expect? Because I know you had a hand in making the schedule.
Yeah, I tried to choose tracks because this is our third season. I tried to choose tracks that we haven't been to. The only thing that we really repeat is Daytona and like one other one. I don't remember exactly what we have on here, but we try to keep the first race Daytona, and then the rest of them I'm trying to shuffle each season so we don't have repetition of every track. Like, we added some new tracks this season I'm really excited about to go to because they're a lot of fun. I tested Scott, Calvin and I have tested almost all these tracks on the schedule before we put them on just to see if if they were going to make good racing. So we tested each car on each track to see.
Well, I hope that means we are in for a treat as we were tonight. Glad to have you and the Rev Limit series on the channel. But let's plug those beautiful sponsors because I know you got them.
Yeah, absolutely. Would love to thank Car Medic and Kyle Shelton for coming on board and sponsoring the LMP2 class, and then WBM Motorsports and those guys. You've seen a lot of their paint schemes out there tonight. Morgan Smith does a great job with those guys, and they're real supportive of our league. And then, of course, Elite Entertainment, which is local DJ company here for us, and then Transcendent Designs, Drew Trader for all the graphics, and then All Star 15 TV for the broadcast.
Yeah, as I said, great to be here. I can't wait for next week. If it's anything like tonight, we are in for a show. But Adam
Right.
Caps, your winner in the GT4s. Good talking with you, pal. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. I'll see you guys next week.
See ya, pal. Joe, take us home, pal.
This was a great race to watch. There was a lot of battles, good, clean racing, couple incidents. Couldn't ask for anything more. Great race that these gentlemen put on tonight.
Yeah, as I said, I'm looking forward to next week already. Thank you all for tuning in. Dustin Neerhoof, Parker Dime, and Adam Caps, your winners tonight. We will see you next Monday, same bat time, same bat place. Take care, everybody.
Deuces, oozes.